Hi, I'm Tim, and this is my wife, Kim. We've been living here for just under 4 years. We really like the home, but we realized we wanted a bit more property. I'm from a small country town, and I realized that I wanted my kids to have that same sort of experience. So at that point, we decided we needed to find a realtor and start our move. We've been looking through the papers for a while, and we kept seeing MinMaxx coming up, and we really liked the fact that it quoted right on there that their goal is to get 100% of what their asking price was. And they tended to do it really quickly. So we wanted to, both of those things were very important to us, and that's why we decided to go with MinMaxx.
There was a house that we had wanted to see. This was actually probably about 1.5 years ago, and we contacted MinMaxx in order to just go and see the house, and we thought we'll just see what they're like when we first meet them. They came so well prepared with all kinds of documents, even just for figuring out what our house would be worth. That we really liked the amount of detail that they put in to, you know, figuring out how much we'd be able to get for this house and the whole process. For us, it was really important to see actually what they would suggest would be the price for our house, to see whether or not this was actually a company that we felt was being honest with the price in order to be able to actually, you know, get a fair value for our home. Right away, the price that they came in at was exactly where we expected it to be. There was no negotiating trying to say, you know, we would expect more for the house than what they suggested. And the confidence that they had that they could sell in a quick time frame as well for the price that we were actually looking to get was very much, you know, encouraging to us that we could actually move the house and go on to our future home.
The biggest thing for us was that when he quoted the price that he thought was a fair value for it, it was already right in line with what we were thinking. So we were already on the same wavelength, and he was very confident he could sell it quickly. And so it really put us at ease.
We weren't on the market for a long period of time. We got what we were looking for our house, and so basically, I'd say they lived up to every perception we had of them. We had high expectations, and they met every single one of those expectations. The support staff is incredible. I've probably dealt with them more than anyone. Lots of phone calls back and forth, but they always kept me in the loop with everything that was going on. There was no, you know, wondering how the open house went. We were always informed with how the open house had gone. They have email notification in order to let you know when there's going to be a showing. So if I wasn't around the house, I could actually just check my phone and find out, you know, when we were going to be having the next showing, and easier to keep track of as well, because we did have multiple showings in, you know, very little time frame. So, you know, I could just add it to my phone and be able to keep on top of things that way. We had them dropping off flyers, but again, they'd call before they came to make sure that it was a good time for us. They were just extremely worried about making sure that this was as smooth and as easy a process as you could possibly have. When we were on our home inspection, Azeem was there with us through the course of the whole inspection, and I saw him kind of just on his phone, and he was, you know, kind of keeping track of things that were going on, and I wasn't really sure exactly what he was doing, but what he was doing was actually taking note of every single comment that was made by the home inspector in order to make sure that he was taking notes as to what questions we should be going back to the buyer of that house and making sure that we were covered for everything that we needed. It was extremely detailed, the notes that he was able to send us afterwards, to make sure that not only were we having the home inspector there keeping track of everything, but also having the real estate agent as well, making sure that he was going to question every last thing with the seller of that home to make sure that we got everything taken care of before we move in. They have Calm, who's one of the support staff there, and he is just almost exactly like what his name says. He really truly makes you feel at ease with everything that's going on. I was on the phone to him lots of times, and he would be, you know, letting me know, Kim, don't worry, this is normal, this is exactly what's supposed to happen, you know, Azeem will be in touch with you. They just really walk you through everything, and I personally really appreciated that. I also like the fact that they didn't want to just deal specifically with Tim. They were very much keeping me in the loop and treating me as just as important as anyone else in this process. And that, you know, is a nice feeling to make sure that, you know, I'm just as important as well.
I mean, we'd bought and sold houses numerous times, and it's never been as easy as it was this time.
And go.
We sold our house with MinMaxx. Yay!
Awesome!